Hiya, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go do a podcast?
Sure.
Jump in.
Ladies and gentlemen, hits and misses, battleships of all ages, and everyone else. Welcome to Binging Barbie. I'm your host, John, and with me I have my co-host. What is wrong with you, Jay? You got skills, but I've never ever seen a person wasted like you. Keep the podcast out of surf and turf and spraying.
Or you'll plunge to destruction. Homer, sir.
The fact that you know that infuriates me beyond words. That's my Liam Neeson impression. He is so difficult to do an impression
He
of.
is. Especially when he's doing an American accent.
Sure, even just his normal voice, I just can't get the accent down. I can't nail it. Anyway, this is a podcast about toy media franchises, 2000 nostalgia, and whatever the heck we want to talk about. And this week we are taking a break from the Michael Bay Transformers movies to talk about another sci-fi action film based on another Hasbro product, Battleship. Yes.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. I had this crazy idea before we started recording that John and I are going to be playing a game of Battleship as we record this episode. So we have our ships all laid out. John, do you want to make your first guess?
Okay. F6.
F6, that's a miss.
Yeah.
We'll see how long I keep those sound effects up. Battleship. This is what is your relationship with Battleship as a property?
Battleship as a property was one of those board games that I'd only ever see and play at school. Because sometimes you have that one classroom who just has a random game of Battleship in the shelves. And so, free time, play myself a game of Battleship. And I enjoyed it. It's a very simple and easy to understand game. I think I played on online versions in elementary school or something, but never owned the game really. I had a Star Wars version that I only ever liked it for the ships, and that was it. I never really played it. I think I played it once, and then I just lost all the pieces or something, like you do. So
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get a Battleship set just to have around in case I feel like playing the game, because it is the simplest, easiest game out there. You don't need to read any rules. It's just already in your memory. So
I had a set growing up. I don't know how often we finished playing games of Battleship. I think it was one of those games that we kind of started and played until we got bored. Especially as a kid.
You'd play several rounds and then time was up and you had to go or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, it was... I mean, it's one of those games, I don't know, as I've gotten older, I prefer more strategy. I guess Battleship is a lot of strategy. It just takes a long time.
Speaking of strategy, your move?
Yeah, my move, I am going to guess J1.
J1. Miss.
Okay. So how about the movie? Do you have any relationship with the movie?
I saw the trailers on TV when it was coming out. Thought it looked really dumb. Had no interest in it whatsoever. Never watched it. Maybe I saw an honest trailer or a CinemaSins video on it, but that was about it. Didn't really care about it. It was just one of those things that's oh yeah, this film exists. Why? I don't know.
Oh yeah, do you want to guess and then I'll give my...
Alright, C4.
C4, that is a miss. Yeah, this is an interesting one for me. I remember watching the trailer and actually being kind of interested in the movie. This was, of course, 2012 when this came out. That was
Mm-hmm.
the year I turned 13. So for the first time, I was being able to watch PG-13 movies kind of on my own.
Legally.
I mean, yeah, my parents let me watch a few PG-13s before then, but yeah, it was like the first year where I was seriously watching more of those types of movies. So yeah, I watched the trailer and thought, oh, this looks interesting. And then eventually I got a DVD copy of it. And I don't know if I ever watched it more than once. I don't remember if I liked it a ton or not. Um, but yeah, this is actually one of the ones that I've seen,
Interesting.
weirdly enough, prior to this podcast. And speaking of which, I am going to guess I too.
I too miss.
So yeah, this was for some context for this, I'm assuming this is following the success of Transformers. Hasbro was looking to other properties that they owned to find a different candidate for a big blockbuster franchise. And one of these things was the Battleship board game. Of course, for people who aren't aware, I guess we probably should have explained this before we started playing it. You have two grids. Each player has their own grid and then their opponent's grid. And you set up your little ships on the grid, and then you're trying to hit the other person's ship. So you're guessing spots on this grid while
Yeah,
also hoping that they don't guess your spots.
like this.
Yep.
H3.
H3, that is a miss. Yeah, so this was one of the things that they were looking at. Universal was brought in to sort of develop this. It was initially supposed to be made for $150 million, which is already pretty expensive. But as they were doing the pre-production process, it became apparent that wouldn't be enough money. But instead of canceling the project, it moved forward with an estimated budget of 220 million. For context, this is 25 million more than Transformers Dark of the Moon, which came out a year before. So quite expensive, especially for the time. Um, Lots of CG, lots of water. Water's very expensive and difficult to film with. They were using real ships from the American and Japanese navies. So yeah, just kind of a big blockbuster that they were hoping would hit. And speaking of hits, hopefully this is a hit. H3.
Hit.
Oh. So yeah, this was released May 18, 2012, directed by Peter Berg, who is primarily an action filmmaker. He made Hancock, Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, a lot of very sort of similar films to Battleship, maybe not in terms of sci-fi elements, but in terms of their outlook on the world. And it's written by John and Eric Hober, who are screenwriters who work on a lot of big action type blockbuster things. They did the screenplays for Red, the like spy movie with Helen Mirren and I think Morgan Freeman. Don't quote me on that. They also wrote The Meg and Transformers Rise of the Beasts and various sequels to those different properties. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we have cinematography by Tobias A. Schlesinger, who is a German cinematographer who frequently works with both Peter Berg and, interestingly enough, Bill Condon, who directed Beauty and the Beast and Dreamgirls, and then the cinematographer also worked on Hancock and Lone Survivor, among many other films. And once
Mm-hmm.
again, we have music by Steve Jablonsky.
Okay. I9.
I9, that is a miss.
Okay. Anyway, so as the plot goes, in 2005, NASA discovers a distant planet that may support life, and they send a signal out to it, hoping to contact extraterrestrial life, as you do. And
Yep.
years later, Alex Hopper, a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy, is preparing for the RIMPAC, RIMPAC, naval exercises, and his brother Stone is captain of a naval ship. And Alex is also dating the daughter of their admiral, played by Liam Neeson.
Yes.
The admiral, not the daughter. Um,
That would be a very different movie.
Early into the Impact exercise, unidentified objects crash into the Pacific near Hawaii. Alex and Stone's ships are sent out to investigate, and the objects turn out to be three alien battleships, as well as a command ship which produces an energy field around Hawaii, preventing the communication or help from the outside. Your move.
Okay, my move, I am going to guess I3.
I three miss.
Okay.
Anyway, so the only naval forces inside the field are the two American and one Japanese destroyers. Stone commands his ship to attack the alien ships, but they retaliate and he is killed. The captain and XO on okay on Alex's ship also die, leaving him in charge. Uh, in a fit of anger, Alex orders his ship to attack, but pulls back when the aliens sink the Japanese destroyer. On the islands, Alex's girlfriend, Sam, happens to be in the right place and time to discover that the aliens are trying to use a communications array to send a message back to their homeworld. Sam is able to contact Alex and tells him he needs to destroy the satellite array. He's able to destroy the three alien battleships, but his own destroyer is sunk before he can destroy the array. With the help of a group of veterans, he and his crew commandeer the decommissioned U.S. Missouri and use it to destroy the alien command ship and the array. Everyone is rewarded for their bravery, and Alex asks Sam's father for her hand in marriage. He says no. Let's see. I'm gonna go with D10.
D10 is a miss. Yeah, this is a pretty, like, compared to the Transformers movies which we've been watching, this is a pretty functional, just on a screenplay level, by the
Yeah.
numbers Top Gun clone. We have the hothead Navy pilot, I mean lieutenant, who has a rivalry with the more experienced compatriot, I mean ally, who eventually becomes a friend. We have the more reasonable best friend, I mean brother, who dies tragically to teach him a lesson. We have the relationship. I guess in this one, I don't remember in Top Gun if it's a relationship with the daughter of one of his seniors. I don't believe it is. I think there's a reference to it though.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, it's just like a very studio executive friendly script.
Yeah, plus aliens. We'll get
Yeah,
to that.
yeah, we'll get into that. A lot of established tropes, a lot of stock character types.
Yeah.
There aren't a ton of huge risks it takes besides just being like a movie about aliens and ships.
I mean, I'd say it takes very huge risks. Like, this is a board game. A board game that has no story or lore. You're just doing battle against ships.
Yeah.
And their way of taking risk is we have aliens.
Yeah. Which, but before we get into the aliens, I am going to guess G3.
G3 miss.
Yeah, the aliens. This is probably the most talked about element of the movie because it's kind of a weird thing to be like, take this board game that is very much about naval combat, just sort of very based in World War II
Yeah.
era combat. And they'd be like, hey, what if there were aliens? And I think I know why. I mean, obviously, this is coming out after Transformers, and it's meant to be sort of you tapping into that same audience. I also think the real world politics have an effect here. I was thinking on this. I don't think any country has a navy that could go up against the US Navy with any amount of seriousness that isn't China or Russia. And China and Russia are two of the countries that the studio is going to want to release the movie in at this point in time. So if you make one of them the enemy, you're kind
Sure.
of,
It's like, I guess they also just don't want to make like a historical biopic or something.
yeah,
So
I
that's like,
think because
oh,
Transformers are at this point all set in the
modern.
present day.
Yeah.
Um, and I think they want to be able to bring in the Navy to help out with a lot of the filming stuff. So it's just
Yeah.
helpful to have more stuff set in the modern day.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'll do E1.
E1, that is a hit.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, it's interesting. This sort of, because this is around the time. I mean, alien invasion movies have always been a thing, but there's sort of like a peak here around this sort of from like the 90s through to like the mid 2010s, where you
Mm-hmm.
have stuff like, you have obviously Independence Day, you have
I think,
the Spielberg War of the Worlds.
right. The year before this film came out, we had Battle Los Angeles,
Yeah,
which was
and there's like
another military
Skyline.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a few years later is Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
Ooh,
That's also very
right.
military.
Correct.
Cloverfield has a lot of that sort of, that's kind of more of a kaiju
It's
movie,
a
but
little bit different, but yeah.
yeah.
I mean, in recent times, we have the Tomorrow War on Prime. So,
Yeah. And it's an interesting concept because we've been talking in the series a lot about fantasies, such as my fantasy, which is that I'm going to have a hit on H2.
hit.
Oh, heard it here, kids. Dreams do come true.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's the fantasy of the inhuman enemy, where we don't have to feel bad about shooting these people and killing them because they're not actually people, they're aliens. They're sort of depersonalized. And
Sure. Yes.
like, yeah, if it's, the US versus the Chinese army or navy, or
Mm-hmm,
if it's
mm-hmm.
even like the US versus unnamed foreign power, there's like a little bit of a question there in your mind of like, oh, is this okay, is this justified? Whereas if it's aliens, it's a little bit easier to sort of separate that from reality and not think about it.
Right. But it's like, how do you convey Battleship with aliens when they have spaceships and they
Yeah.
fly around, but they hop around the water in their spaceships? And it's like, okay, where does the
Yeah.
naval combat come in? Where's the grid pattern come in? The buoy system they figured out, sure,
Yeah.
but that's not the same. Um, there's a fun visual gag in that the pins used to describe the hit or misses are used as explosives from the aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool little detail there.
Cool detail. I still think it's very dumb, but
Yep. uh,
still.
yeah, it's interesting because around this time we are getting sort of more films that are kind of questioning the alien invasion tropes. You have something like District 9, especially,
Mm,
is obviously very sort of like, just because the aliens don't look like us doesn't mean they're not sentient beings worthy of respect and dignity. Um, or even something like Avatar, which kind of flips the alien invasion on its head, where it's now the humans are the invaders.
yeah. I will do F1.
F1, that is a miss.
Okay.
But yeah, Battleship is kind of like the aliens here aren't characters.
No, they're not.
they're just there to shoot and be shot at.
They do questionable things with aliens in this one.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how much you were picking up on this. Are the aliens really the aggressors here?
Not at first, but then sometimes they are aggressive.
Yeah. So they don't actually, so the first thing that happens is Alex activates their thing, and
Yeah.
then Stone is in his ship and is like, "Hey, let's use the horn to signal them." So they use the horn to signal them, and then the aliens send out a sonic blast. We don't have any clue if the sonic blast was an attack weapon because they never use it again as a weapon.
Right.
So they could just be like, "Oh, they were using their horn. Let's use our horn." And it just so
Our
happened
horn's
that the
bigger.
yeah, it just so happened that they underestimated the strength of the ships to withstand their sonic blast. And then after that, Stone is like, "We gotta attack these things immediately, even though they aren't attacking us. Like,
Mm-hmm.
besides the sonic blast, they aren't arming any weapons." And we see things from the aliens' perspectives of they are very clearly targeting military weapons and infrastructure. Like they make a point all
Right.
throughout the film to be like, hey, they're identifying the threats somehow.
Right.
The only questionable one is the highway that they destroy.
Yeah. Destroy the highway. They killed the intern at the station.
Yeah,
Off
but that's off
screen,
screen. Yeah.
apparently. And also the people driving the cars, I guess.
Which, yeah, I don't know. I guess they were targeting the cars because they don't actually start targeting the military infrastructure until after
Yeah,
until after the humans start attacking them.
right. And nobody questions any of this at all.
No.
Like, we never find out the motives about what the aliens are doing. And,
Yeah.
like, nobody questions, it's like, huh, they're not attacking people, so I guess we use that to our advantage. No, nothing. So it's like, I'm left with a really weird feeling of, like, okay, what was the point of this?
Yeah.
I
It's
bet I bet that they were really wanting to do a sequel because
yeah.
there was this really weird end credits moment where these kids find uh, an escape pod with the guy in it. I bet a sequel would have been like an ET with one of those aliens or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, it would be interesting for them to go full District 9 and be like, hey, let's humanize the aliens, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
your move.
Yeah, I am going to guess H1.
Miss.
Okay. I mean, this is kind of just what you have to expect with this kind of movie. But it is like, you compare it to anything else, even like something like Godzilla Minus One, which has certain similarities. And like
Mm.
Godzilla Minus One does a better job making Godzilla a character than this. We understand Godzilla's motivations
I mean,
as much as you can.
sure, as much as you can. It's also more about Godzilla's relation to the protagonist, as
Yes.
opposed to Godzilla as a separate entity. Here, the aliens are there. They
Yeah.
don't mean much to our protagonist besides this is his chance to be a leader or something.
Oh, but did you hear Rihanna? Her dad was saying they're gonna come one day.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Oh.
E2.
E2. That is a miss. Here, I'll just let's do two guesses at once to kind of speed this up. I'll do H4.
H4, hit, and you sunk something.
Oh, I sunk something. I don't have a special sunk something sound effect. Was that Danny DeVito as the penguin?
No, that's more Burgess Meredith.
Okay.
Danny, sure. Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the ideology of the movie is essentially we better wipe out this threat before they wipe us out.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know. You probably haven't seen this. I didn't realize this was a thing until yesterday when I was doing research. But there's an interview that he did, an infamous interview that he did during the promotional tour for this movie, where I won't get into it too much because it has like real world politics in it. But he was essentially using that exact idea, applied it to real world politics. So this is not just a thing the movie is doing. This is a thing that its director seems to actually believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, this is, I mean, this is a Navy recruitment ad disguised as an alien movie. In the same way that the Transformers movies are military recruitment ads in general. I think this one is slightly more functional as a story, though.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Like it has
Again,
character arcs.
it is the most bare bones story you can think of.
Yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know. It's interesting. It functions better as a story. I find it less interesting to think about
Right.
because it's so by the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
None
Speaking
of
of
the science.
numbers,
Yeah.
D1.
D1, that is a hit.
Oh.
I am going to guess F4.
F4 miss.
Yeah, the science in this movie does not hold up at all. In the way that like science in these movies don't hold. Okay, the thing that got me was the thing that they do in all of these movies, which is it's made from an element that isn't on the periodic table.
Oh, right, yes.
Which, if you know how the periodic table works, means that that element is highly radioactive and so unstable it can only exist for microseconds at a time.
Mm.
So, yeah. Unless it has like half atoms somehow. I don't know.
Stuff.
Yeah. The science. They send out, in 2005, they send a beam into space, however many light years away, a beam of visible light. I know that's for the audience, but it is visible light. It is traveling at the speed of light, which means that this habitable planet, to get back in 2012, it would have to be like, what, 6 light years away?
It has to be really far and fast.
Light years away, which is really close. Like that is, I don't know that there are any habitable planets within 6 light years of Earth, because they have to, the signal has to reach them, and then they have to travel at the speed of light back to Earth.
That we can tell at this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's at most, if they could travel faster than the speed of light, then it's maybe what? Oh no, not even 6 light years away, because that would, so yeah, it's like 3 light years away. At most 6 light years away. Because that's how long it takes the light to reach that place. How is this alien species that has this technology that they could go to different planets on a whim, how have they not already gotten to Earth? What's this whole plot line doing? Why does it matter that they contacted the aliens? Why can't it just be the aliens show up?
I don't know. I guess they have to have it make sense or something. I don't know. C1.
C1. That is a hit. I am going to guess E5.
Miss.
Okay. Yeah, I bring this up because why are these movies so long? Okay, I do have to tell you. I forgot to mention this at the top of the episode. Do you want to hear about my happiest moment of the week?
What is your happiest moments of the week?
So, it's yesterday.
Cool.
I have the day off of work, and it's my last day off of work of the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
of my weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize it's like noon. And I realize, oh, I have to watch a movie for the podcast, don't I? So I put the DVD in the player, trailer, or like the menu starts playing. I like pull out my notebook. Then I go, wait a second. We aren't doing Age of Extinction this week. We're doing Battleship. So I was like, yay! I don't have to spend 3 hours on a movie. This is
I
still
just have to spend like 2 hours or
yeah,
something.
2 hours and 10 minutes.
All right. Yeah.
Also, not having to watch another Michael Bay movie this week was nice. But yeah, this is still too long.
Yeah. Too long. Too many things. There's so much stuff that's not ship to ship combat. It's just aliens. They blow up stuff. They go inside the ship, and there's like so much time inside the ship.
Yeah,
And then you have the girlfriend on Hawaii doing stuff over there.
there's the extended prologue with the burrito. I
The
get
burrito.
I get it's supposed to be it's funny. It doesn't
Uh-huh.
add anything.
I don't know if it's funny, but it's stupid.
Sure, that's a good way to put it. I like the line, which I won't spoil yet because it's the ending line for this podcast, but
Right.
I like that line.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Well, as someone who has worked retail jobs like that, who has worked closing at retail jobs,
Mm-hmm.
that feeling of you are locking up the door and someone is trying to get
Oh.
in. And it's like, when you think about it, that lady has closed the register like 20 minutes ago. There's no way, even if she opened the door, she's not going to sell him the burrito. So as her response to him is just like, I understand that he breaks into the place for a burrito.
Yeah.
It's just go
Yeah.
somewhere else or just
The
give up.
breaking in, that was a bit much. I get it. He was drunk,
Oh yeah, I guess that was a
but
factor
still,
too.
yeah. B1.
B1, that is a hit. I am going to guess D6.
D6. That is a hit.
Oh,
Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do.
so I want to see if you agree with this final opinion I have here in the story section.
Oh yeah.
You remember that movie from a few years ago, the Tom Hanks ship movie Greyhound,
I do. I
set
saw it
during
this
World War
year.
II?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a better battleship movie than Battleship.
I was thinking the exact same thing while watching that
Okay,
film.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I'm watching this film, it's like, hey man, why are we doing aliens? It's like, why couldn't this just be like Greyhound?
Yeah,
You know?
that so that I didn't realize, but that is a film written by Tom Hanks. Weirdly,
Neato. Okay.
yeah, but it's just like it's about this captain of the ship played by Tom Hanks as he's like, and it's based on a true story set during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So the only people who you're gonna make angry by having them be the bad guys are the Germans. So you could still potentially sell this to other worldwide audiences. but it's about, the ship as it engages with these
It
multiple
is a
different submarines.
faceless foe. They're fighting
Yeah,
submarines essentially, so it's
yeah,
just a voice on the radio taunting them that you're fighting against.
yeah.
So,
And it's does such a good job of, because this ship obviously doesn't know where these submarines are
mm,
exactly, so they have to employ different strategies to try and figure out where are these submarines. And it's like, yeah, you watch it and you're like, oh man, I could really go for a game of Battleship after you're
right.
finished
Do you
with
want to
it.
know something even better? That film is under 2 hours.
Yeah, no, it's like 90 minutes. It could be less because there's the whole thing at the beginning and end of like the emotional arc with the character. And it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. That's one where it's like the emotional scenes at the beginning and the end with his wife are less impactful than him being on the ship, interacting with the crew, yelling out orders,
Right, yeah.
yelling out their breakfast order, hard over.
And then him not eating the breakfast at all.
Oh,
The
the
entire
changing of the
film.
shoes, the coffee. It's such a good, well written, just like, let's just do a 90-minute primarily set on this ship. A lot of combat scenes, a lot of military jargon. It doesn't matter what they're saying. What matters is you are getting the emotion through the editing, through the visuals, through
Hmm.
how the performances are. Yeah, I love it. It is a much better Battleship movie than Battleship.
Yep. Just if you're ever just like, oh man, I could really go for some World War II naval action. I'll just pop in like a solid 90 minutes of nothing but that action. Oh, I'm satisfied. Anyway, A1.
A1, that is a hit, and you have sunk my battleship. I
Hooray.
guess not my battleship, my
Your
aircraft,
ship. Yeah.
my ship. I am going to guess C6.
C6. Miss.
So yeah, speaking of numbers, do you have anything else to say about the story here?
Not really. It's just a it's just a mess story.
It's
It's like there's
yeah,
nothing severely offensive about it besides aliens, I guess. There's
yeah,
nothing really. I have no idea why we went this route for this. For just a simple board game with a simple premise about ships battling each other. But I guess aliens, you got this crew of people, this one guy who has to prove himself. Anyway, I gave the story a 2.
yeah. One of my favorite tropes in movies is characters yelling out orders at each other on ships. And this one did not make me feel excited when characters were yelling out orders on ships.
Yeah.
That's like, that's my favorite thing. It's just like, hard to port, hard to port. People
Maybe
yell it out.
closer toward the ends when we got an actual
Yeah,
battleship. Um but like that was at the end. And
yeah. It's like, if this can't make that exciting for me, it's just like everything this movie does well, other movies have done better prior to this.
mhm.
Like, just watch Top Gun and then watch Greyhound and then watch Godzilla minus one, and you have watched three good movies that all have the same narrative beats as this. Obviously, Godzilla minus one came out later, but
I mean, I sure, yes.
yeah, I don't think it was an influence. Yeah, I give the story here a one. It may
Mm,
be a bit harsh, but
who cares? Who remembers this film fondly? It's one of my favorite films. Battleship.
invariably, the top comment on any movie trailer for any dumb action movie released more than 5 years ago is going to be on YouTube. It's going to be someone saying, I don't know why everyone hates this movie so much. It's one of my favorites. Trust me, that is the first comment when you look up Battleship trailer on YouTube. The first result, first comment.
All right. Well, I'll do I6.
I6. That is a miss. And I am going to do. We'll do E6.
E6. That is a miss.
Yeah, onto characters. We have Alex, the generic action movie protagonist.
Very generic, yes.
He has a hubris. He's Maverick from Top Gun. Like, that is his arc, that is his character type, that is who he is modeled after.
The one that has skills but is also not great at being a person.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just kind of exactly what you would expect from this kind of movie, this kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most interesting things are his relationships with the Tadanobu Asano character and the Liam Neeson character. Because those are the only
True.
relationships that like have some kind of antagonistic aspect to them that is not like his brother.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he kind of has an antagonistic relationship with everyone in this movie.
Yeah.
But those are the ones
Pretty
that feel
much.
consequential to
Mm-hmm.
this overall plot. I guess not the Neeson one. That's just kind of off to the side. I don't
Yeah,
know.
pretty much. Let's see. G7.
G7. That is a miss. I am going to guess D5.
D5. That is a hit.
Yeah, onto Stone. Why is he named Stone? Because he sinks like a rock?
I guess.
Gonna be a very sound effect heavy episode.
Honestly, Stone should have been Alex's name because he
Yeah.
seemed like the guy who would have been stoned the entire
Yeah.
time.
Maybe that's just. Oh, yep. There you go.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's stoned because to Alex he is the rock foundation of his life.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
For some reason, I think that's all what we are told. Because, like, for someone who is supposed to be the nice and responsible brother, he's kind of mean.
I mean, to be fair, the only interactions we ever see them together is when Alex is completely drunk out of his face, who goes out of his way to get arrested and
Yeah.
tased for microwaving and stealing a burrito, trashing a store. So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is somewhat justified.
yes.
But yeah, there I don't know.
I don't feel for the character at all because we don't really get time to see him be a
Yeah.
normal dude.
I think I was more disappointed when he died because it's like, oh no, there goes Alexander Skarsgård. Not, oh no, there goes the character.
All right, D8.
D8. That is a miss.
Something's amiss.
It is. Something, hopefully not D4.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Sam, Alex's girlfriend.
She's the girlfriend.
Yeah. She's bad at her job.
For real though?
Like, she's a physical therapist who's working with veterans, and it's her first day on the job, apparently.
Is
at
it?
this new facility. I don't know. She has a
Okay.
new client. She has a new
Okay.
client, and she's like, he is very clearly not motivated to get better, which we will talk about him later. But she's just like, hey, let's go climb a mountain. You're having trouble walking on a treadmill. Let's go climb a mountain.
Yeah, pretty much.
And there's no sense of like, we'll talk about it later, but there's no sense of like the character. It's what's his name? Mick. With this character, his whole thing is that he isn't motivated to get better because he's like, my career as a soldier is done no matter what. Now, normally the way I would think you would approach that situation is you're going to try and make it clear to him that it's like, we don't need you as a soldier. We need you as a person.
Give him a
We
new
care for
sense
you.
of purpose
Yeah.
and use.
Not, let's go climb a mountain and then you're
Yeah,
going to get
let's
involved
go
in some
for a
combat
walk.
with some aliens.
Yeah.
And that'll fix all of your issues.
Yep. Yep. He's the one who saves the day at the end and gets the awards.
Yep.
Yep. All right, let's see. I want to do F4.
F4, that is a miss.
Yeah.
I'm just realizing I probably shouldn't be clacking my pen so much while I'm recording.
You mean like this?
Yeah. That'll be nice for the audio. I'll just leave those open for now.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to guess D3.
D3. You sunk something.
Oh. Ooh, I sunk your battleship.
Yes, you did. It done be sunk.
Has been sunken. Help, we are sinking. What are you thinking about?
Your mother. Anyway, Cora rakes.
Yeah, this is the Rihanna character. She's just kind of here to be the one woman on the boat. Like, are there any other women on the boat?
I don't think so. No. She's also Rihanna, I think.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
She gets a couple of solid moments, but she very much fits into that trope of like, I think I've tried to describe it before. We'll see if I can do it better now. But the way when you have a movie like this and there's the one girl on the team and she's always the one telling the Joker not to joke off.
Sure, yeah.
Sort of being the no fun one.
Yes. I guess also is the one who's like, I have this ancient family history about aliens coming to Earth or something.
Yeah. I do like the moment between her and the veterans, which I don't know if they were intentionally playing off this, but the coding of that scene when she walks into the room in the ship and it's like two old white guys and she's a young black woman and she walks into this room, you're like, oh, what are they gonna say to her? And they're just like, they say something like, do you know how to work this system? And she's like, yes. It's like, okay, they're being nice to her. That's good.
So flavorless. Just yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, adding the stuff you'd think about is terrible. At least it adds an element to this film.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that would make it more interesting. I think it would go against the sort of the message of veterans are good people.
Yeah. Let's see. D5.
D5. That is a miss. I am going to guess. We'll go for C7.
C7. That is a miss.
Okay. Oh, whoops! I forgot to do sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't let me play them
Wow.
right after each other.
That is perfect. You know.
I know. This is why I'm doing the sound effects. Yeah. We also have the character Yugi Nagata.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should have been the protagonist.
I think so too. He's the more interesting character in the group. He has that secret technique with the buoys for some reason.
Yeah. Um, which they like imply is like some Japanese. The Japanese government is using that to do something. I don't know what.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But no, yeah, he's like he loses his entire ship and most of his crew very early on because he's following the Americans lead. And then he has to like learn to work with his rival to bring down this shared enemy, being on this unfamiliar ship, working with people he doesn't really know that well. I mean, yeah, his story seems so much more interesting. He even has the like little backstory thing about learning how to shoot at summer camp. Like you could
Okay.
tie that into something somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I get that like Hollywood at this point in time is not gonna have a Japanese lead in one of their $200 million blockbusters, but I mean it was a miss anyway. So, which
Yeah.
speaking of misses,
Speaking of misses, um, okay, let's do B6.
B6, that is a miss.
Yeah, I thought so.
I am going to do B8.
That's a hit.
Oh,
Let's do another one. Let's
yes.
do. I'm gonna go for D3.
D3, that is a hit.
Oh boy.
And I am going to go for. Let's see, the last two were horizontal. I think this one's going to be vertical. We'll go for A8.
A8. Miss.
Could still be vertical. We'll see.
We'll see. Find out next time.
Yeah, find out very soon once we get done talking about Ordy.
Ordy. I
I
don't
had a
remember him. Who's this guy?
realization. He's the guy who's afraid of everything.
I don't remember that.
The like communications officer. I don't know what he's in charge of.
I don't remember any of these characters,
He's
honestly.
he's the Jesse Plemons character, which I know probably means nothing to you. He's the blonde guy
That none of it means none of it's ringing a bell.
who was like saying hello in the different languages, and Rihanna was telling him to stop at the beginning of the movie.
Nope.
He's the one with the pet lizard with the sunglasses.
No. I have no idea who you're talking about. But let's just say that I do and tell me what you think about him.
Yeah, I had the realization that he's the Bibble of the group.
Okay.
I mean, partly in that he's kind of annoying, mostly in that he's there to show the fear and cowardliness that none of the other characters can, because everyone else is supposed to be heroic. So he's there to be like to show how scary all of the situations are. Though in certain scenes not as much. Just kind of multiple Bibbles in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's
that
Bibble.
He's Bibble.
That would be a completely different film if he was.
It would be. Would it be better? Maybe. Are you gonna make your next guess in Bibble voice? I may need a translation for that one.
Translation: I won.
I won. That is a miss.
So I lost then.
You have?
Oh,
I see. I see what
you
you're
see?
doing.
Yeah, you see?
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I might. Oh no, we're not doing that yet. Okay. I am going to guess. We're assuming it's vertical. It's going to be C8.
C8. Miss.
It is not vertical.
It's not vertical. All right, let me do another one. I'm gonna do. Oh, gee, what was it? D4.
D4. That is a miss.
Cool.
I am going to do not A. B9.
Benign. That is a hit.
Oh, so it
And
wasn't
you
B9.
Yep, and you sunk something.
Oh, I sunk my pen. Or my pen just exploded.
Oh, that is. All right.
There it goes again.
What a beast.
Yeah, Beast. He seems nice.
Who's Beast?
He's the big guy.
Okay. Doesn't tell me anything, but okay.
He's the guy.
What did he do?
I don't remember.
Okay. That's great to know. Okay. Thanks for pointing that out. I'm going to go with B9.
B9. That was a miss. That one was B9.
Why did I do that? Okay.
I am going to guess. Yeah, we'll just keep going with the pattern. A10.
That's a miss.
I guess that's not quite the pattern.
Okay.
Messed it up.
I will do C3.
C3. That is a hit.
Cool.
Yeah. Cal
What do you got for me?
Zapata. Oh, I need to guess. Oh,
Yeah, you need to guess.
Now what do I do? I'm going to do A1.
A1 miss.
Yeah, Cal Zapata. He's the cowardly science guy.
Oh, right. Yes.
I think that's basically it.
That's it. He does stuff. I don't know if there was like an ending for him or not, but he does stuff.
I don't think so. I think
There's
he
that
just
one
kind of
moment where an
exists.
alien sees him and does nothing,
Yeah.
and then we never brought that up again.
I think that was meant to just sort of show that the aliens don't target non-threats.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just kind of there.
It's kind of there. Now let's hope this is there. E3.
E3, that is a miss.
Okay. Just like I missed that convention, the E3, the gaming place.
Well, I am going to do 2B.
To be or not to be, in this case, it was a hit.
Oh. Did you ever watch the VeggieTales where they play Prince Omelet and they're playing Battleship and they make that joke?
But what was the story about?
Oh, it was like a little short thing. It was I don't remember.
Maybe
all I remember of it was it's Prince Omelet and then he's playing I forget who plays him, but he's playing Battleship with Junior.
Sure.
It says
B3.
2B. No, not 2B. B3. That is a hit.
Okay.
I am going to guess B3.
That is a miss.
Oh, so this one is vertical. Shall we do another one just because we can?
Let us do another one. I'll do an A3.
A3, that is a hit, and you have sunk my battleship.
Hooray! I have a lot of catching up to do.
I am going to guess A2.
A2. There's a hit.
I'm going to mix up one of these sound effects at one point, and it is going to be disappointing for me. Yeah, Mick, we kind of already talked about him. He's the veteran. I don't like that the message of his arc is that he needs to enter combat if he ever wants to feel whole again.
Sure. Yeah.
It very much fits with the movie's ethos that, like, hoorah, military fight stuff, hooray.
Hooray.
But yeah, it's just speaking of Fairytopia, because that's the message of the first Fairytopia movie.
What, that a soldier wants to be part of?
Well,
the
no,
war? What?
because Alina can't fly,
Right.
and
Yeah.
her whole thing is that she has to, like, because she can't fly, she can save the world, and then once she saves the world, then she's allowed to get her wings.
Okay.
So it's like they've been able to treat her this entire time, but they aren't going to do it until she has proven her worth to society.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, the one thing that made her different from everyone else, that she has finally learned the usefulness of, is now going to be... It's the opposite of the Mariposa thing, which we talked about on our... You can listen to our Fairytopia and Mariposa episodes, anyone in the audience who's curious. But yeah, that was... It was disappointing that was his arc here.
Yeah, it was, but whatever.
I feel like it's so much easier. He's a veteran. He should be on the boat at the end with all of the other veterans.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Speaking of boats.
Speaking of boats, H10.
H10. That is a miss.
Oh.
I am going to guess C2.
C2. That is a hit, and you sunk something.
Oh. It's the character in Code Geass, depending on if you watch the dub or the sub.
CC.
Yep.
Let's see. My tactics have not failed me yet. Meaning they have. G5.
G5. That is a miss.
Okay. I'm still on top.
I mean, on my thing, you're on top. On your thing, I believe I'm on top. Just grid-wise. Unless you put your ships in the opponent's battleship grid.
Maybe I did.
Maybe you did. I mean, there's nothing stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to guess. Oh, what's next in the pattern? Looks like that is... Yeah, that makes sense. We will go for C3.
C3, that is a miss.
Okay. I like the heft to that sound effect.
The heft?
Yeah.
The heft. I'll go again. One more time.
Yes.
I will... All right, let's see. What tactic do I go with? C7.
C7. That is a miss.
I have a wonderful tactic.
I am going to go with... Looks like that is going to be F6.
Okay. F6. That is a miss.
Yeah, finally on our character list, because none of the aliens are characters, so we don't have to talk about them here. We have Admiral Terrence Shane.
Yes.
The Liam Neeson character. I think he's very, very justified to dislike Alex. Even at the end of the movie, we're supposed to feel he's kind of being a bit unreasonable. It's like Alex hasn't really changed.
I mean, he took charge, but yes, he's still a
Yeah,
goofus.
yeah. I like his reference to the burrito thing. Honestly, you were joking when you said that Liam Neeson does not play the girlfriend here. Liam Neeson and Taylor Kitsch have more chemistry
Correct.
than Taylor Kitsch and the who plays the actual girlfriend, Brooklyn Decker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, Liam Neeson. We'll talk about that in performances.
Make Shane the lead of the film, because
Yeah,
why do we just have the three battleships in the thing? Why does it just have to be three? Why not just
yeah, because
the
it's not
film
even
is
in.
called Battleship? Give us all the ships.
Yeah, in the game, it's like, yeah, where's the submarine? Why don't we get any good submarines? Are fun. Why don't we have submarines?
Yeah, I get it. You know, no, I don't actually get it. Why? Why did we have to leave out the military power and such? I get you're
Yeah.
trying to get this one character to do stuff, but come on. It's Liam Neeson.
I mean, honestly, he's not in this too much because they didn't want to pay him that much.
Correct.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would go with H2.
H2O, that is a miss.
That is an O for me. Okay.
Oh, and I should say, since I said H2O, because she's no or no, it's because I'm no ordinary girl. I'm assuming you never watched that.
Underworld.
Okay, Underworld. Oh,
Something like
oh, it is an underworld. I don't remember if I sang the song, but I'm
I
gonna try that.
vaguely remember the song or something. I never actually watched the show, but
Okay.
I know bits of it.
Well, I am going to guess G7.
G7. That is a miss. I oh man, there's so many titles that I don't know what this is. I will do G8.
G8. That is a hit.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, I am going to guess H8.
H8. That is a miss.
Want to do one more?
I will do one more. I will do. Oh, okay. J5.
J5. That is a miss.
Stupid me. Why didn't. Okay, never mind.
I am going to go with I9.
I9. That is a miss.
Okay. So for character scores, I gave the characters a 2. We're
I
there.
also gave the characters a 2.
Perhaps that's generous, but I'm feeling generous.
Be generous, mate.
Yeah, on to the visuals.
Yeah.
It's a very legible movie compared to some of the Transformers stuff. I understand what is happening at most points in time.
Pretty
In
much.
general.
Yeah. It's legible. Doesn't mean it's
Yep.
interesting.
Oh no, not interesting. It has solid visual effects.
At the time, I suppose.
Yeah. The ships look good, especially when it's
Mm-hmm.
the actual ships. Some of the CG is a little dodgy.
Right. Especially for the aliens.
Yeah. I it feels very derivative of Transformers, and I'm kind of like, if we're going to be doing ships versus non-ship things, I kind of wish they had taken it in a more like Lovecraftian inspired direction. Because that would explain why the ships are staying in the water. if it's like squid tentacly type stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Then you would just get like the slime and ooze and fun stuff like that. It would be more interesting
Fun stuff
than what
like
we
that.
actually got.
I will go with F8.
F8, that is a miss.
Mm.
I am going to guess J10.
J10, that is a hit.
Oh.
And I guess I'll go with H8.
H8, that is a hit. And you have sunk my destroyer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the little one's the hardest one to get, so
Sure, yeah.
I am going to guess J9.
J9, that's a miss.
Oh, it's vertical.
Anyway,
Do you want to
back
guess?
to visuals.
Okay. Yeah. Very. Oh, yeah, I already said it's very legible. Getting too involved in the game. There's so many lens flares.
That
There's
you'd think it was directed by J.J. Abrams.
no, there is a scene of like I don't even remember what all was happening in the scene. I think it was when they're sending up a signal, and it's like lens flares as they pan away from Earth, lens flares as they get the satellite. Then the beam comes and there's more lens flares, and then it's like the beam's going away and even more lens flares. Like there's more lens flares than non-lens flares in the scene. Percentage wise, what takes up the screen. I that's just like the style of the time, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Usually I don't notice lens flares. Maybe they've just become less common nowadays, but they were
It
very
was
noticeable.
very apparent.
Yeah.
Honestly, flares were very apparent at this time. We constantly joked about them. It's like, oh, it's J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams. Must be lens flare city or something.
This
I
must have
remember the
been
different um edited trailers for like the first Force Awakens trailer. It's like, okay, now the Force Awakens trailer, but with like the lens flares from Abrams, and that's every shot. And then there's the George Lucas version, which has just random things going on in the background.
uh, yeah. This must have been a nightmare to shoot though.
Probably.
Just like anytime you have water. And studios love to do this. Like every 10 years or so, they'll be like, you know what we haven't done in a while? Shoot a big movie on water. Then they'll shoot a big movie on water, and it goes horribly and goes over budget and everything. I don't know if this one went over budget beyond the initial pre-production when they decided that the 150 million wouldn't be enough. But I would imagine this was not a fun movie to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then the movie comes out, doesn't make that much money, or makes a lot of money, but everyone is like, oh, it was a nightmare to work on. And then Hollywood's like, okay, we've learned our lesson this time. No more shooting on water. Then 10 years later, they're like, hey, you know what we haven't done in a while?
Shoot on water.
Shoot on water.
Let me do that too. I'll do E9.
E9. That is a miss.
All right, go for it.
Okay, I am going to do I10.
That is a hit. All right, I will go for A7.
A7, that is a miss.
Okay.
I am going to go for H10.
That is a hit. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
I gave the visuals a 3.
I gave them a 3.5. I think they look good for the most part.
I'm not going to remember them, though.
Oh, yeah. No way. On to performances. this is a weirdly stacked cast. Like, watching this, and I mean, obviously, I knew Liam Neeson was in this, and Taylor Kitsch, and Alexander Skarsgård, and Rihanna. But then it's like, first scene, there's this guy, and I'm like, is that Hamish Linklater? And it was Hamish Linklater. And I was like, oh, he's awesome. He's in Midnight Mass, which is one of my favorite TV shows. And then Jesse Plemons shows up, and it's like, it's Jesse Plemons, young Jesse Plemons. And then the other one was like Rami Malek in like half a scene. Academy Award winner Rami Malek.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a whole bunch of people kind of pre becoming super popular. Yeah. Yeah. This was like a weirdly heavily Razzie nominated cast though. Like Brooklyn Decker was nominated for a Razzie, which, yeah, she plays the underwritten girlfriend part. That's the Razzies don't like underwritten girlfriends. Specifically, they don't like performances by actresses as underwritten girlfriends. And then Rihanna also got a Razzie nomination because the Razzies don't like when successful women who are not actors try and act, regardless of how good their performances are. Unless they're like super, like, I don't think they've nominated Gaga for anything. But anyway, yeah. Like, but neither of those performances are bad.
Yeah,
They're not like Oscar worthy, but
nothing really stood out for
the,
me.
the weird one though is that they nominated Liam Neeson for worst supporting actor.
Okay.
What? Like, why? What did he do? He wasn't
Not
bad
much.
at this.
He was there.
Yeah, he sold his scenes well.
Yeah, yeah.
There are like, there are other actors who are in this who probably gave worse performance. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The Razzies are weird. But yeah, we have Taylor Kitsch in the lead role. He's one of the like people who Hollywood tried to make a leading man for a little bit, and it just kind of never worked out for him.
Right.
Yeah, he was in X-Men Origins Wolverine. He was in John Carter. Got his
Oh
start
yeah.
in Friday Night Lights, which was, I believe, the movie was directed by Peter Berg. Oh yeah, looks like the series as well was developed by Peter Berg. And that's also where Jesse Plemons got his start. But yeah, Taylor Kitsch, he was in a bunch of stuff in the early, like late 2000s, early 2010s. Just kind of never caught on. I don't know. Do you have any opinions on Taylor Kitsch?
I do not have any opinions on anyone here.
I remember the scene of him in the bathtub was a big like early thing for me of like, oh, interesting. I don't know what to do with this.
Okay.
But yeah, but beyond that it's like, yeah, I don't have any emotions towards Taylor Kitsch in this or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's not particularly interesting as a leading man. Alexander Skarsgård, it's nice to see him in stuff. His career has gotten a lot more interesting since this. If you haven't seen The Northman, which John, I think you would like The Northman. It's
Okay.
Vikings and Shakespeare and
Do you think I like all that?
violence. Vikings and Shakespeare. I think you would like it.
I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, he's here. He's doing stuff. Rihanna, she's fine. The problems with that role are how it's written, not
Right.
anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
Tadanobu Asano is here. the Japanese actor. He's just always fun to see him pop up in things. He doesn't really have a ton to do, but he does well with what he's given. And I think that's kind of why I would prefer to have seen him in the lead role here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he's a more interesting actor than Taylor Kitsch.
Okay. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, that's fair. I gave the performances a 3.5 out of 5.
And I gave it a 3. So J10.
J10, that is a miss.
Yeah.
And I am going to guess G10.
G10. I mean, that's a hit,
Would be weird if it wasn't.
right? Let's talk about the music and
The
sound.
music. It's a Steve Jablonsky soundtrack. It's there. It does its job for the most part.
Yeah. It's not as interesting as the Transformers one for me, at least.
Okay.
But it is there. It does its job. It is music.
Yep. Yeah, I
Nothing
gave the
else to
sound
say.
a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, and I gave it a 3, which leaves me with a total score of 13, which is a 52% or 2.6 5-star rating.
Yep. And I have a 12 out of 25, which is a 50% or a 2.5 5-star rating. That's maybe a bit generous. I guess the visuals
Yeah.
and performances kind of bump it up a few spaces.
All right, I'm going to put in my last shot here. And I'm going to go with E6.
E6, that is unfortunately a miss.
Yeah.
I am going to do F10.
F10, that is a hit. You sunk my ship, and now I have no armies.
Navy.
That too. You win.
Yeah. That was an interesting exercise to do
Yeah.
while we were podcasting. Do you want to know where my other ships were?
Sure. Where were they?
Yeah. So I have one from A2 to C2,
Oh, yeah.
right in between the two.
Yeah, that
And
would
then I
have
have
done it.
one from I2 to I4. So just kind
I
of alone by
two.
itself in the corner.
Okay, yeah, that would do it. I don't know if I would have gone those, but okay. Maybe eventually I would have.
Yeah. Eventually,
Eventually.
you find them.
Yeah.
You don't know the tricksy strategy that my sisters and I would use of putting ships close together to try and of course what you're trying to do is make it so that the person guesses the 3 across and doesn't
Right.
realize that it's 3 separate ships.
Uh-huh. Well, also, like, you, of course, win your strategy of going crisscross, and you hit pretty much everything.
Yeah. I
Although
actually
you got lucky on the one, because
yeah.
you moved your thing slightly to the
Yeah,
left.
I messed up my pattern on that one, so it
But you got me on that.
yeah.
But okay, that's good to know for a future game to not do that.
Well, yeah. That
Yeah, that was Battleship. That was our game. Anything else you want to say?
yeah, don't watch the movie Battleship. Watch Top Gun or Greyhound or Godzilla -1.
For real. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening, and make sure to follow us on social media. We're Binging Barbie Podcast on Instagram and Tumblr, Binging Barbie on Twitter, and Serialized and Binging Barbie, a Barbie movie podcast on Letterboxd. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a 5-star review. And go join our Patreon at patreon.com/Binging Barbie Podcast. We will be back next week to talk about Michael Bay's Transformers Age of Extinction. And until then, it's too late to eat a burrito. Too many complex carbs.
Bye, Barbie.
Bye, Bobby.
You sunk my battleship.